Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Friday afternoon, December 13th. And we're looking at the last 2 days of the market profile on the SPY ETF. And once again, bulls pretty much ruled the day. But just like in recent days, all our energy has come in the first couple of time frames, and then we really just trade sideways. As we really, this morning was interesting, right? We knew the Chinese were going to come out. First was going to be 9:30 our time on the opening, then they pushed it to 10. So what happened in the first time frame? We basically got a lot of chop, which I said yesterday we were going to get, and this was even before I knew that the Chinese were going to speak at around that time. Actually took one or two small put plays in a period. We traded a lot back and forth through the opening. Each time we got above the opening, and at the time it was around values high and K's high. Took a put, and each time it kind of came back down. Small lots, but those added up because the spreads were very wide at that time. So that was with couple of nice scalp plays on the short side. B period open, absolutely ripped. Did nothing. When it started coming back in, as soon as it got back into yesterday's range and couldn't really get back out of it again, I took a couple. I think it was one or two short scalp plays again on the short side, back down to around A's high because I wasn't sure if they were going to be single prints. So 4 quick trades for the most part on the short side early, which worked out. C period. I did nothing initially. Took a put play when we took out B's low. Was looking for it to break the opening to get, I'm sorry, I took it before B's low. Just above B's low. Looking for it to break the open and get some kind of flush. Well, by the time it happened, it wasn't much of a flush. I got out of it in C. Finally, in D, we got the push down for the new low on the day. But I was out of it by that time. So it was like 4 small put plays in A and B, a decent sized one in C, which worked out. Would have been nice if it got the flush earlier. The way we grind up, lately it seems like the upside is really popping and the downside has been grinding. And then what did I do? I did one more trade on the day. I was looking to get long in G period, but each time I was looking to get long, it was around POC, and I wasn't comfortable with it, and I never did it. They would have worked out, but it would have did it. And then I did one more put play. I believe it was J period. It was decent size. It was, we had a range of 50 cents for three and a half, almost 4 hours. So more than half the day, that range was incredibly tight. Even M period did nothing, which is shocking. But took a nice, I took a decent size in J period and wrote it down and started taking it off as we came down in J and K. So, good day overall, good week overall. All right, let's go over destinations. First one, on the upside. Will be 11 wide. So on a day where we had a huge initial balance, we end up 11 wide at 317.33. Now, the next one I'm going to use on the upside, and there's one on the downside. And I hate doing this, but I'm doing it because we're in such a tight range for 4 hours, and these two levels were very visual where they couldn't get above it and they couldn't get below it. It is by no means a textbook definition of afternoon rally high or afternoon pullback low. I'm going to call them that only because I want to put them in as my references, and if you want to put them in, because I think, obviously, we couldn't get over them or beneath them for a reason. So I'm going to use them. So 317.56, I'm using it as my afternoon rally high. Okay? Then above that, we now have today's high, and it's now a weekly high and all-time high of 318.67. And then we have our pre-market all-time high of 318.79. We also have a tremendous sell tail. We have a 99-cent sell tail. We have some really good excess, at least short-term, on the daily. Right? So here's something to keep in mind, right? Balance and excess are your two biggest things in trading. Balance is a market waiting for more market generated information, the way we were for those 4 days, and then we exploded when we got that information. And excess ends one auction and begins another. Now, am I telling you this is the excess and we're at the high? No, but it's certainly something to make a note about. Especially if we can't get into the sell tail or above, say, Thursday's high at some point early next week, and we take out today's low, well, then we could have some short-term excess, and I would look for us then to trade lower. But again, it remains to be seen. On the downside, again, I'm using K as an afternoon pullback low, but it's not the textbook definition by any means. 317.08. Then we don't have anything till today's low of 316.02. And then 315.33, the afternoon pullback low from yesterday. 314.17 daily low, and you should have the rest of the ones I've given you on the downside. So let's go to the charts. So monthly, right now, very, very healthy. One time framing up. We still have the gap, which is my main focus. Can't forget that. It's my main focus, the gap, and one time framing up. Weekly, I'm marking it as up now. We closed above last week's high, or the all-time, whatever it was, 2 weeks ago, 315.48. So we are now, after balance, back to up in the weekly. Very healthy. Daily, we are now one time framing up 3 days. Volume, 78 million with the after hours. Now, last night I said we'd do between 90 and 100. We ended up doing 96. That's pretty good volume. Again, today's volume. Now, it dried up tremendously as the day went along, but a lot of that volume was on the upside early in the day. So with the after hours, we're going to do between 80 and 83 million. So still not bad volume, 2 days in a row on the upside. The only thing I could say, if you're a bear, the only thing you could lean on right now is this short-term excess. If we get right back into this sell tail on Monday, or even Tuesday, it doesn't have to be Monday, then that's out the window also. But if we can't get above C's high from today, we have a nice sell tail and possible excess. Hope you had a great day and week trading. Have a good weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.